We know Marcus Aurelius from his masterpiece The Meditations, but he was more than that. He was a Roman emperor, the most powerful man on the planet. He had all the riches and fortunes he desired, but he talked about moderation. He had the strongest army in the world, but he didn't initiate any new wars. In a time when other emperors fed people to lions for their own amusement, he didn't sacrifice people's lives for his own glory. He was titled the last of the 5 best Roman emperors. He absolutely deserved that title. In this video, we'll see how we can learn from his worldview and see the world as a Roman emperor. In Meditations, there is a term often used: logos. We can't directly translate it, but on a personal level it can be translated to the faculty of reason. The word logic in English comes from this one. And on a cosmic level, the rational principle that governs the universe. The logos is impeccable. It's flawless. Book 6 verse 1. Nature is pliable, obedient, and the logos that governs it has no reason to do evil. It knows no evil, does none, and causes harm to nothing. It dictates all beginnings and all endings. Book 4 verse 23. To the world, your harmony is mine. Whatever time you choose is the right time. Not late, not early. You can see this theme all over the book, and it's one of the core principles of Stoicism, that everything happens for a reason, that nothing can be labeled as good or bad. The universe has existed for millions of years and will continue to exist long after we die. The events, good or bad, are essential for it. And you can take this to a personal level. The outside events, the things we don't control, shouldn't affect how we feel because we simply have no control over them. Book 6 verse 41. You take things you don't control and define them as good or bad. And of course, when the bad thing happens or the good ones don't, you blame the gods and feel hatred for the people responsible, or those you decide to make responsible. Much of our bad behavior stems from trying to apply those criteria. If we limit good or bad to our own actions, we'd have no call to challenge God or to treat other people as enemies. Thinking this way can offload a lot of negativities and clutters because we want to solve problems. And focusing on things we don't control would only distract us from the things within our range. Book 4 verse 49a. It's unfortunate that this has happened. No, it's fortunate that this has happened and I remained unharmed by it. Not shattered by the present or frightened by the future. It could have happened to anyone, but not everyone would remain unharmed by it. Do you see the shift in perspective, turning a negative experience into an opportunity to get stronger? Nothing has changed except the way we perceive that situation. You see, we intentionally proceed to hurt ourselves every single day over things we cannot prevent. Why do we do that? Yes, that accident was tragic, but it has happened already and we can do nothing about it. I dislocated my shoulder a month ago in boxing. In the past 4 years, I didn't miss working out for even a week. Now I cannot work out for over 6 months. It sucks, but it has happened and there's nothing I can do about it. Why should I be upset? Does it do any favor? No, it just makes the healing process harder and more frustrating. Why would I torture myself like that? Think about it. Another core principle of Marcus's belief was the acceptance of change. Book 4 verse 36. Constant awareness that everything is born from change. The knowledge that there is nothing that nature loves more than to alter what exists and make new things like it. All that exists is the seed of what will emerge from it. You think the only seeds are the ones that make plants or children? Go deeper. As he said, everything is born from change. Changing a bad habit, changing an old technology for the new one. It was the passion for change and improvement that got us humans here. And Marcus knew this 2,000 years ago. Book 3 verse 10. Forget everything else. Keep hold of this alone and remember it. Each of us lives only now, this brief instant. The rest has been lived already or is impossible to see. Latching onto memories and past events would only make the future more desperate. Embracing change and the fact that nothing is permanent would allow us to live in the moment. Not missing the good old days and not stressed out by the future. You should always appreciate the past and plan for the future, but being lost in those two would only make living like hell. The thing that I absolutely love about Marcus is his tranquility and the ability to stay calm. Book 6 verse 20. In the ring, our opponents can gouge us with their nails or butt us with their heads and leave a bruise. But we don't denounce them for it or get upset with them or regard them from then on as violent types. We just keep an eye on them after that. Not out of hatred or suspicion, just keeping a friendly distance. We need to do that in other areas. We need to excuse what our sparring partners do and just keep our distance without suspicion or hatred. Remember, this is coming from a man who is the most powerful man on the planet. Nobody dared to talk back to him, and yet he was talking about not losing your temper at people's ignorance. Book 6 verse 27. How cruel to forbid people to want what they think is good for them. And yet, that's just what you won't let them do when you get angry at their misbehavior. They're drawn toward what they think is good for them, but it's not good for them. Then show them that, prove it to them, instead of losing your temper. I personally had this problem that when someone was doing something wrong unknowingly, I would get so frustrated. However, after realizing that getting frustrated would only make things worse, and the fact that the other person wasn't trying to make me angry, they just didn't know, I got so much calmer. And I was also more influential on the person that was doing the wrong thing. I know it's hard at first, but if you keep doing it enough, it will become a habit, and trust me, It'll save you a lot of headaches. You can tell that Marcus was a man who thought a lot, and if I have to choose only one of his traits, it's his aptitude to think so deeply. You can learn a lot from this man, so get to work and read the meditations. My name is Senchak Shani. Thanks for giving me your attention. See you in the next video for now.